American Horror Story is probably one of the best intellectual properties that will ever get a Halloween Horror Nights. Unfortunately, we'll never see it back due to the Disney Fox contract that recently happened a couple years ago. But I thought it'd be fun to look back on why American Horror Story at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood was such a great property. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to SoCal Exploring. My name is Scott, and you're watching your stop for all things theme park and attraction related. If you're new here, subscribe with those bell notifications on. Check us out on social media at SoCal Exploring Media on Instagram and at SoCal Exploring on Twitter. You can purchase one of our official custom-made masks or t-shirts or even a sticker on the link down in the description, our TeePublic link. We have a full merchandise store. Go get your official SoCal Exploring merchandise. I just ordered a whole bunch of stuff for you guys. I'll say right now, I ordered like tons of stickers for you guys in different designs for our 5,000 subscriber giveaway, which I'll be releasing the full details once we hit 5,000 subscribers on this channel. As I'm filming this right now, we're currently at 4.8k, or we should be, because I have like 4,798 subscribers. So by the time this comes out, we should have hit that 4.8k mark. So we're only 200 subscribers away from a big giveaway. So if you guys want that giveaway, make sure you're clicking that subscribe button. Lastly, donate to our Buy Me a Coffee page to help us produce higher quality theme park content. buymeacoffee.com/SoCalExploring. But yes, in today's video, I want to look back at American Horror Story, more in specific the first time that it came to the event. So American Horror Story 2016, which featured Murder House, Hotel, and Freak Show. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be watching the video and saying like what I thought going through it, you know, kind of talking about the different things in there. And big credit to both my good friend Zombie Chris and TLEV Media. Those boys over there, they do Watch Party, and Zombie Chris does HHN commentary. And I thought it'd be a cool idea to get my take on the Hollywood mazes and kind of look back at some of these mazes, more than doing a history of them, or just looking back at them and remembering the good times when they were still around. So let's dive right into it. We're going to flip to the screen right now, and we're going to watch American Horror Story 2016 from HHN Hollywood. And also big credit to ThemeParkHD. This is who we're watching for their walkthrough, because my walkthroughs weren't as great back then. So we're watching ThemeParkHD's channel. Let's start this off. We obviously have that banner right there. 25-minute wait. This must have been during early entry. And we have that facade with the big crowd, all right? The facade, you know, despite it being simple, it just worked. It really did work, because you really couldn't do anything else. I know there was a couple cool ideas that people had, but you really couldn't do anything else with American Horror Story if they're doing 3 different series. If they're doing one series, they could have done like Murder House or something, like the actual Murder House, or they could have done obviously the facade that we see inside for Freak Show. But honestly, I think that this facade worked. It was simple, it was nice, and they got right to the point, and it was also playing like little clips from the different series, Freak Show, Murder House, and Hotel. So I think it worked out fairly good in my personal opinion. I mean, I liked it. At night, it kind of looked weird, but during the daytime, it looked pretty good. So here we go into American Horror Story. Now this transition was kind of weird, how they transitioned between all the series. It was odd, but now this first scene, when I first walked through this, I was like, man, I am going to love this maze so much already. It was already super detailed, obviously, right there. Whenever they put stairs in a maze, I think it's really neat. This would have been a perfect opportunity for a scare right there by the stairs, but there wasn't. I think we're coming up on our first scare right here. Yep, there he is. That was one of my favorite scares right there. And they don't do a lot of the... Honestly, in the recent years, I haven't seen a lot of the window scares as much. Ah, yes. I remember that one. I remember when they filmed a walkthrough with the actual cast. That was neat to see that scare happen. Oh, and I love this scene because it showed the house burning down, and it really told the story of the two. It's been a while since I've watched Murder House. I believe 2 kids were in this house that burnt down. I believe they're both scarred in from both sides. Like I said, don't get on me. It's been a while since I've watched American Horror Story. So, oh, yes, the bathroom scene. I love this scene with the pig coming out. It's one of the great scares. It was a really strong scare in this bathroom scene. And as you can see already with all of these rooms, you can see just how detailed the rooms are. And this is what I mean. Whenever I say, like, look back a couple years ago when the quality was super good, this is what I mean right here. Like, the quality was extremely good. And keep in mind, yes, we do get this in some mazes here and there at Halloween Horror Nights, but this was how like every maze looked back in 2016. There he is again, the Rubber Man. Or the Latex Man. Was he called the Latex Man or Rubber Man? This was a cool scene because there's two characters on each side. Obviously, there's two characters right there, but there's also another character on the other side, I believe. Unless they did a cast change and he's not there. Oh yeah, there he is. There's Evan Peters right there. That was cool. I believe his name was Tate in the show. I think that's what it was. Ah, yes. Dead kid on the... Oh, there's another scare right there. I forget who was in that scare. But as you can see, we've seen no black walls at all. And now we're transitioning into Freak Show, where we see a couple black walls, but this is just because we're transitioning into the new series in the maze. Ah, yes, the Freak Show sign. That was another cool transition. I love this kind of foresty area, kind of transition you into, going to the little area where the Freak Show actually was, and obviously there we see Twisty Scissors inside of the guy from the very first scene, or one of the very first scenes. There's Twisty himself, one of the very first scenes of the actual series. Twisty's bus right here, which was really neat. I think they did a really good job at making this like really dark and creepy. There's Twisty again. We saw Twisty a lot. And of course we see the beautiful Freak Show facade and all the freaks themselves that we saw throughout the series. There's Twisty again, the different version of Twisty, of course, with his scissors. This was a cool scene because I like whenever you're walking through a scene and they have characters sitting down like that and you don't know when they're going to jump out. So this is a really neat scene. The audio cues worked well with it and everything. And then, of course, we get to the last scene in Freak Show, which was the monkey. Of course, let's see if he pops out here. There he is. That was a really cool scare, especially at night when you really couldn't see. That was a really neat scare. One thing that I had an issue with this maze, though, is the fact that Freak Show was just a short portion, and I feel like Freak Show should have been the longest portion of the maze. However, Freak Show was just a super short portion. I wish they would have cut down Hotel a little bit and made Freak Show the longer portion. But, I mean, I can't hate a lot because the portion of Freak Show was still very good, and we got to see Twisty quite a bit in it. And I'm super happy that we got to see Twisty the clown a lot. It was one of my favorite characters, as a lot of people. But now we're transferring into Hotel, which this was obviously a really neat scene. We see this scene a lot in different mazes. Like we saw one of these scenes in The Shining, but there's actually two characters popping out in this scene. Usually there's only one. There's of course Lady Gaga's character right there. And oh my god, this was one of my favorite scenes in the maze as well. Him climbing out of the bed. Oh man, look how scary he looks. Oh man, that was such a cool scene, especially whenever there was a couple of dedicated characters in there that just went like crazy and they like lunge out at you. I loved it. And then we come into this room right here, which there was, I believe it was this, let's see if it's this room or the next room. No, it's not this room. It's this room right here, okay? This room right here had nothing in it. It was just like, usually there's rooms that are just hallways that are just empty, which is normally that's what we see. But this room right here was just nothing in it. Like it was a big like square with nothing in it, no characters, no detail, literally just nothing. It was just weird. I'm curious as to see if this was meant to be or they were actually planning to do something with this, but there was nothing in it at all. Like I was so confused on why it was just an empty room. It was just extremely confusing to me. But I mean, there it is. So, and there's right over there. You'd think there'd be a character, but there's never a character. I don't know. Did you guys ever see a character in there? Because like the 10 times I went through this maze, there's never a character. I really do love this scare because you don't expect it at all. Like obviously us actual haunt fans that are dedicated to the event and like go to haunts all the time are used to seeing those scares, but we weren't used to it at all. Like I'll go back to it a little bit. Because, like, yes, they look like doors, but they also just look like normal walls. So it was really neat. I really do enjoy this scare, and it was fun to see people get scared in that scare as well. Here was a finale scene, which I feel like the finale scene could have been a little bit better. In my personal opinion, it just could have been. There wasn't that much going on in here, and Lady Gaga's character, I don't remember her name, was kind of just pouncing around the room, like, not really doing anything. Also, usually with mazes, we have like a hallway of black walls to end the maze. And this we literally just walked out. That was it. So it was kind of odd. And then when sunlight did get inside of that room, it kind of messed up the scene a little bit. I don't know, it was just kind of weird. But I mean, there it was right there. American Horror Story 2016 is one of my favorite mazes of all time, and I truly do enjoy this maze, and I wish that we can get the property back. I think that it's such a good series, and I'd like to see Colt in a maze. I think that'd be really cool. However, with Disney's contract, we're never gonna get it back. Okay, like that's just an unfortunate thing. Disney will not let Universal run a Horror Nights event with American Horror Story being featured in it, especially since Disney now owns the rights to Fox. So it just wouldn't work out. I wish that would work out, because I know Murdy's expressed many times that he had plans to do different series of American Horror Story. That was probably going to be like the big like new Walking Dead, the big new Purge at the event where we see it all these different years. But unfortunately, it's not, and we gotta live with that. Some properties we lose, and we just gotta live with that, unfortunately. I wish that we could still see another American Horror Story maze. American Horror Story 2016, hands down, is one of the best mazes that I've ever experienced at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. But that does it for this video. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys like this series? Because I actually enjoy looking back at it. You know, I watch these walkthroughs here and there, but I don't watch them often, so it's fun to kind of look back at them and go into depth about like what I was thinking through those mazes and like what I enjoyed most about them. I had really fun with this video, so if you want to see more, let us know down in the comment section. All of the channels that I mentioned will be down in the description, so you can go subscribe to those respective creators as well. If you're new here, subscribe with those bell notifications on. My name is Scott, and you've been watching SoCal Exploring, Positivity Ski, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.